Welcome to The Point. I'm Eric Mitchell. Hopefully you had a great holiday, Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa, and New Year's. I think I caught everybody's holiday. I think Boxing Day actually happened too. If you were out there celebrating a holiday, being around your family via Zoom or in person, all those things to you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But let's talk about what we missed between recordings. And it's been adventurous. We woke up to a boom on Christmas morning. That's right. Some alt-right crazy person who, of course, the FBI had been warned about, blew up an RV on Christmas morning in downtown Nashville, prompting a swift response from President-elect Biden.
We have a new statement, this from the Biden team on the explosion in Nashville. It reads, President-elect Biden has been briefed on the explosion in Nashville. The President-elect and Dr. Biden thank all the first responders working today in response to the incident and wish those who were injured a speedy recovery. The White House says President Trump has been receiving regular updates as well.
And, well, what response did Trump get?
The White House called it a lid about an hour or so ago, a little less than that actually, indicating we're not going to see the president on camera today. We were thinking it was possible that the president would choose to speak about what's happening on the ground. It's possible we could still see a tweet about this.
Trump still hasn't given a response as of this recording, and we're recording this after New Year's Day. So that gives you a hint. Nothing in over a week from the President of the United States of America, but he didn't miss time on golfing. Golfed almost every day that he was gone. And, what did he do before he got on the plane? Before he got on the plane to go to Mar-a-Lago, he refused, refused to sign the national defense budget because, his little favorite friends at the KKK, they weren't going to be able to have bases named after their heroes anymore. And Section 230, or as we've done it, the alt-right crybabies don't like what Twitter says when they say what they're saying is bullshit. That's right, when you lie, you're called on your shit. So you can't go and make it, they don't want to hear that. And plus you're gone in like 19 days, bro, so just go pack your shit. Go golf, go do whatever the hell. You haven't done anything, our country's dying, you really haven't solved anything, and I know. Yes, he has, Aaron. He solved Middle East. No, he hasn't. Every president has claimed that they've solved Middle East peace, and they haven't. Those folks just like blowing each other up. Remember, they get paid money to be martyrs. So stop with the, no, it doesn't work that way. Before he also left, he also refused to sign, which he ended up signing, but at first he made a big stink about it, that he was not going to sign the stimulus package desperately needed for our country, that somehow the idiots on the left and the idiots on the right came up with that the American public, only need $600.
The bill in limbo for days. The White House had indicated the president would sign it when it hit his desk. But in a surprise move, he released this Twitter video Tuesday blasting the compromise.
It really is a disgrace.
Republicans caught off guard, pleading with Trump to sign the bill that came together after months of bipartisan negotiations with members of the president's team.
If you want to make a $2,000 check, negotiate that from the beginning.
I understand he wants to be remembered for advocating for big checks, but the danger is he'll be remembered for chaos and misery and erratic behavior if he allows this to expire.
$600 to get by. Things that you can spend $600 on is a Costco run, a Sam's Club run, 2 times to the grocery store. If you have multiple big cars in your house, $600 doesn't go anywhere. Ironically, the people putting this bill are all millionaires, and they all supported it, and they sent it there. And then Trump said, I want $2,000 per American.
People are going to see this money the beginning of next week.
The whiplash from Washington has kept Americans on edge.
It is an insult to small businesses, it's an insult to the working poor, and it's an insult to the unemployed.
I worry and I care about myself and my family. We need COVID relief so bad.
It really is a disgrace. The $900 billion package provides hardworking taxpayers with only $600 each in relief payments. And not enough money is given to small businesses, and in particular restaurants, whose owners have suffered so grievously. I am asking Congress to amend this bill and increase the ridiculously low $600 to $2,000, or $4,000 for a couple.
So, The president says, I want $2,000. And Mitch McConnell comes back from Christmas, and the Emperor Palpatine Grinch that stole everything, Moscow Mitch, stood up and said no.
Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader, has blocked Democrats' effort to vote on that as a standalone choice. And instead, McConnell is packaging the president's wishes into one measure that lawmakers would vote on. And Democrats don't want to do that. And so the net effect could be that it will end the push for increasing the payments to $2,000.
We're not giving $2,000 to these people. I like the money I'm doing. Meanwhile, while Amazon, Lowe's, and others continue to clean up, you can go reference other episodes where we've covered how much corporate America is making during this pandemic, and Mitch and all his buddies, because technically, folks, it doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right, whoever you sent to DC is doing a shitty job. They're doing an absolutely shitty job. Those people should have barcodes on their heads so lobbyists can just go doot doot and get what they want out of them. They don't care about us. They've forgotten the very Constitution that they claim that we're there for you. They're really not. But let's digress and go back. So we get here to the week after Christmas. And what are we dealing with? We're dealing with a president who's going, well, he does it all the time. He's gone on a Twitter rampage.
President Trump tweeted that a Stop the Steal protest will take place in Washington, D.C. next week. The president's tweet says the protest will take place on January 6th. That's Wednesday, and the same day Congress meets to formally count the votes cast by the Electoral College.
He's mad at Mitch. He's mad at Vice President Pence because on Monday, the last week of the year, Texas just seems to, I get it, you're a Republican, you're Texas, and you can succeed if you want, but you're all stupid. Number one, you still eat in restaurants without masks on. Hello, dumbass, there's a pandemic. I don't give a shit if the president says there's not. He's not a scientist. He's an orange sexual fucking predator. Stop treating it like he's fucking smart. He's not. Look at him. Look how he tweets. I'm not saying that I'm a tweeting genius, but I'm also not the president of the United States, nor a billionaire. I'm lucky to be a thousandaire on some days. But this jackass goes and does everything, and you people in Texas are like, it's great. It's actually not. Wear a fucking mask. It's not that difficult. Don't be upset. Don't be a Karen chewing out some teenager who's telling you gotta wear a mask to come in here. I have rights. I'm from Texas, which is part of the United States of America. Hate to tell it to you. Sorry, newsflash. Why don't you go deal what's going on at Fort Hood and maybe go find missing effing soldiers? Maybe you should care about that because your politicians sure as shit don't. Hi, Ted Cruz. Dan Crenshaw here's looking at you with this eye. So I don't understand this. This is just a hot mess. So these politicians basically have just ignored everything that's going on in America. They don't stand up and fight for us. Everybody is trying to get on the ass-kissing side of Donald Trump because they fear him. They don't want to run for office. The GOP has made it so most people don't ever want to go back to it. Anybody in their right mind that would want to do that, anybody who wants to be a Democrat, you're also crazy. You should probably be independent. Now it's time for a third party. Which, bringing up third party, we've got a segment coming up for you very soon where we're going to be talking why it's now time in America after this past election debacle, why we truly need a third party. In everything we've done, Mitch McConnell still hasn't approved it. But as we go to record this, Congress, in their first day back, or the Senate, actually, in their first day back before they go and bring in a whole new Senate in Congress, did override the president's veto.
Tonight, a blow to President Trump from the Republican-led Senate.
The yeas are 81, the nays are 13.
The first override of a Trump veto as senators saved a $741 billion defense bill the president had blocked.
The objections of the President of the United States to the contrary notwithstanding.
Because it was veto-proof. Therefore, the national defense budget has been passed. Donald Trump, for the first time, got a big F you from everybody who actually reads the Constitution. Now, before we go, folks, let's just talk about 2020, because it's the year that's gone. Or as Dame Lillard said, bye-bye. But 2020 was bad. It was a shit show. Actually, calling it a shit show is offensive to shit shows. 2020 was just crazy. And I don't have any expectations for 2021. We used to say it can't get any worse than this, but can it? We still woke up, COVID's still here. We seem to be able, this breakdown that we heard during the presidential debates, that we'll be able to roll out this vaccine to America that system has broke down. We have two administrations that won't play well together in the same sandbox. One person is so fucking delusional that he actually believes that he won the election, yet lost by over 8 million votes. His party is so divided that most of them have stepped out and just want this to be over. Now, 100 and so congressmen and one idiotic senator have stepped forward to cause, on January 6th, there to be a great debate on whether we should accept the election results. Now, mind you, the assholes that are doing this are from states that voted for Trump and had no issues at all. There's been nothing. They're bitching about states are crying, not bitching, they're crying. Crying. Dan Crenshaw and others are crying. Matty Getz, drunk frickin' spoon boy. They're crying about other states because they believe sorry, that confused, that he won. They believe it through no evidence that's ever been presented in an actual courtroom. Not a kangaroo court with made-up people and Rudy Giuliani and his hair running away from his face. No, not Jenna Ellis, who's not even qualified to be a divorce attorney. No, like a real courtroom, like where you're in there and you take the oath and there's like a judge in a robe and banging gavels. In a courtroom, by judges appointed by the very orange fuckstick that is the president, they've all said there's no evidence of cheating. There is no fraud. And no matter how many people that President Trump wants to resign or fire because they come out and say that this was a safe and fair election, they're saying differently. And it's just disappointing because our country doesn't deserve this. We need to be getting back on the right track. We spent 2020 through failure. How do we move forward if we're always taking 5 steps back? So what I ask you in 2021, as we run through this, and this first beginning 20 some odd days of January will be crazy with a rally with these idiots and these shitty people. And that brings me to a different subject, and let's address this. If you make a shitty ass song and it's about patriots, it's not really about patriots, it's about you believing in trying to overthrow the system. It's about as pathetic as saying that getting people who still buy music online. Do people still buy music online? Like, do you really go on and go, I'm going to go buy a 99-cent song? No, I pay for streaming. So that's why I have Spotify and Apple Music, and I'm really happy for that. And by the way, did you know Mariah Carey, again, broke another Guinness World Record on Spotify for her song being played so many times in one single day? That song, that album from way back in the day, still owns Christmas music as the Christmas season goes from September 28th all the way through, I think it's over now. I haven't played Christmas music since December 26th. I'm done with it. No more Mariah. All I want, nope, I don't want any more of that. Even Junior here said he didn't want any more of it either. So, that is what we have for you today. Just don't fall for these people. We have a lot going on. Just be patient, breathe in and out. And I believe the best thing is don't let these toxic people make you toxic. Live your life above the water. Chin up, swim forward. You'll make it, because we're all here for you. If you need somebody to yell and scream and rant, hi, I'm your guy. So, on behalf of the entire team here at To The Point, we're excited to have you aboard for what is going to be a fun 2021 on To The Point. We're going to be mixing it up and changing it a lot, and we'd like to hear your feedback on what we're going to be doing. Until then, I'm your host, Eric Mitchell. Be safe, be strong, and be smart. Most of all, God bless America.